with a purple umbrella and a 50-cent hand. Living, loving, changes to armor, Mrs. Cool rhymes and her age Cadillac. Living, loving, changes to armor. Come on, babe, all around the bound, riding a merry-go-round. We all know what your name is, so you better lay your money down.
What's up, guys? Jason here at the Players Club, teaching you how to play Living Loving Maid. You just saw me and my band play a little bit of that, and at the end of the video here, I'm going to tell you how you can have access to that jam track so that you can practice along to what I'm about to teach you. So, Living Loving Maid, the counterpart to Heartbreaker on Led Zeppelin 2, really, I think, underappreciated song. It's got such a good driving vibe to it. Now, the band never played this live, and I don't really think Jimmy Page or Robert Plant ever played this live in the 90s as well. I can't find footage of it, but if anybody out there can find footage of it, please link it in the comments because I would love to see it. Now, you saw me using the double neck at the outset of the video here, because the main guitar part is actually played on a 12-string. Now, I'm going to assume that most of us don't have an electric 12-string out there, so I'm going to show you how to play it on a 6-string. I've got the Jimmy Page Reflection Telecaster here. If you haven't played one of these, you should. They're incredible. So I did a A/B analysis video of the Dragon Telly versus the Mirror Telly. I'll put that actually in the description below. You can also find that here on the channel so you can hear the difference between the two guitars. But anyhow, here's how you play Livin' Lovin' Maid. So it opens up with this triple octave A thing. It's super cool. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So you take your index finger, you place it on the 7th fret of the D string. You take your pinky finger and you place that on the 10th fret of the B string. Now, for good measure, you can also keep your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G. So what you're doing here is a hybrid pick. So you're hitting the A and the D string with your pick, and you're using your 2nd finger, your middle finger, to pluck the B string at the same time. But you got to do it aggressively so that the notes sustain. Like that. Now you could also voice this like this. That would be open D, 7th fret, open A, 7th fret D with your 3rd finger, and then your index finger on the high E string, fret 5. They're both A, it's just what tone do you like? Now, either way, on the and of 2, after you hit that, he starts a slight crescendo vamping on the A and the D. Now, if we really break down the song, he's something along those lines. It's tough to hear. On the re-release that they did a few years ago, there's the scratch guitar track you can hear, and he's definitely alternating between the A and the D. But it's tough to tell in the mindset of Page whether he was trying to do that or whether he was just like jamming down like that, which I believe that's probably what he was doing. So the idea would be where you're just kind of strumming down like aggressively like he would do in those early Zeppelin records. So it's A and D string. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and something along those lines. Okay, if you're playing over here, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. But at the beginning of the song, the very first time that happens, the triple octave A doesn't do that. So you just let it ride. Let's take a look at the main riff. So you have ring finger sliding into the 5th fret of the E string. That is your root note, that's your A. Then you're going to do a climb from 3, 4, 5 on the A string. I'm going to use down picks on that. So that is A, C, A, or root, minor, 3rd root. 1, 2, and. Now, 3 and 4 is going to be fret 3, fret 4, fret 5. 3 and 4 and, go into the 3rd fret of the E string, that's your G. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Staying on that G. Back to your A. Slight bend on 3A. Back to your root again. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's a 2-measure riff. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again, I downpick it because it helps really drive that riff. And you also want to keep the grip on the pick, I would say moderate plus. So you don't want it to be loose because then the riff will sound loose. So check it out. If I don't grip too hard with my pick, it sounds like this. That's with a very light grip. Now here it is with a more intense grip. All right, so that's just going to add a little bit more punch. So moving on, you're going to have, that's a G, so middle finger is going to hit 3E, and then you're going to up strum and hit the open A power chord. So A, then D2, G2. Put together, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Careful of the timing on that. I see a lot of people mess that up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on the 1 and on the 3. Now the next part is going to be player's choice. What's really happening is he's doing this. But it's on a 12 string, so it sounds much thicker than that. So Page loved this D shape that was moved up to the G and the A position. You'll hear this on Over the Hills and Far Away. You'll hear this on Celebration Day. Love this shape. So it's a 9G, 10B, and 9E. So that's an A chord. You're going to come in with an up strum, followed by 2 down strums. Then you bring your pinky finger into 10B for a down strum and another down strum. So you have an A sus chord there. So you have N2, N3, 4. Now if you don't like that bright sound, you could also do that in this middle neck position here. So you'd have 7D, 6G, and 5B. Bring your pinky finger down to the 7th fret of G, and then back to your A. Okay, either way. So here's what you have in context. Or now notice, either way, the strumming doesn't change. It's still up, down, 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 down. Okay? That's what's important. Now, as we saw in the Heartbreaker riff, Page just loves that kind of modified alternate strum, at least at this point in his career. So immediately after that, you go right back to that triple octave A part. Now it's going to take some time to get that transition down, but you do want to do it. Check this out. So you start by spinning your hand, right? So I'm at what I call a closed palm grip, meaning the palm's going out this way, to an open palm grip where the palm's going up towards the ceiling. So you want to take some time to work on that transition from being here to here. And even if I'm in this middle neck position, here, I still have to go palm up like that, okay? Or you could just go into that alternate grip, but I'm pretty sure Page is playing that down here. All right, now once you've reviewed all that stuff and you got it, well, let's jam it. I'm gonna pull up the backing track right now. Stand by. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now main riff. All right, pretty cool, right? Now you can get that that backing track by clicking on the link below, and it'll take you to both a video and an audio version of that. Moving on, we have the chorus. Now this chorus is played 2 different ways. So the first chorus is a D power chord to an A, A sus. So you have 5A, 7 D and G with the strum pattern 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. I'll do that again. 1, 2. Now the 2's a scratch. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Staccato, and 2, and 3, and 4. So listen to the duration of each sound. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. To your A, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So I come in with that hammer on. Same rhythm though, right? And it's very loose. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now when I come back to the D, after that A, I go into a D bar chord because we want to get that major third sound in there. So that's 5, 7, 7, 7. Up to your E major. So that's going to be 7 and then 9 on D, G, and B. And there's a 2 measure rest there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by a crescendo, which means soft to loud sound. So you're going to want to start with a loose grip on your pick. So really let go with the pick. And then you're going to build up from the A string and each strum, adding a little bit more attack or velocity hitting the string. And then going through more strings like this. So you really build up the tension. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when you're crescendoing up and you switch back to the lick, it's important to remember to double down on your grip on your guitar pick so that when you get back to that riff, it punches through again. If I keep a soft strum, a soft grip on my pick here so that I can strum the chord and I don't go to that more aggressive pick grip on when I get to the riff, it's not gonna punch through as much. Okay, so let me play through now the chorus. I'll put the band back on. 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the second chorus is played in the open position. So you're going to have your D in a just regular open D. Same rhythm, but you got to do this trick using your palm to stop to get the staccato sound or the rests. To your A. Now you can also bring in your pinky finger for that A sus. You can also bring in a D sus there as well. So same rhythm, just different chord voicings. Okay, so now let me play the chorus along with the band using these open voicings. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So now we get to the confusing part of the song, which is the song form. And it's actually not that confusing, but I do see a lot of people mess this up. So you play the main riff, the first verse, then you play the second half of the riff on the second verse, meaning you'd have your triple octave A. Rather than going, you just go right into. Now the best way to get this down is to listen to the song and chart it out. Like really write down, okay, full riff or half riff. So the act of actually writing it down or typing it out will help you memorize the progression. Okay, so that should get you through a bulk of the song, except for the solo, man. We gotta do the solo, right? So he uses A major pentatonic with definitely some chromaticism at the end. So let's take a look. It's going to open up like this. And then that chromatic build. So what you have here is 14D to 16D to 14G, back to 16D, then 14 to 16G, and then now you're going to do a bend up, release, bend up again. You have to keep your finger pressed on the board on that 16G. Back to your 14G now. This is a very overlooked part. You're at 17B. It's 3 bends, but each bend is at a different pitch. So he does whole step, step and a half, and then just a little bit more than that, supersonic. Remember to use your bending technique where the thumb is over. You're squeezing from your thumb and your index finger to get that height. Then you have, that's 15 back to 14 on B, repeats. And then the build up. Now, the counting of this solo is very important. A lot of people mess this up, especially that opening lick. It's not that. It's not. It's, those are 2 eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 3, 4. So make sure you open up the solo like that. Now the ending is that, but with muted picking in front of each note. So you're going from 5 all the way up to 14. So it's 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 14 with a muted down pick, and then you fret the note and up pick it. So now the reason for the up pick is it gives a little bit more of a pop. It's pretty cool. So there at the end you have 14 back to 12, and then with your second finger bend 13, add vibrato at the top. So you squeeze with your thumb and then squeeze with the knuckle area over here to create that foundation for your strength. Bend the string up and give a little bit of a wiggle from your wrist. Now, if you want to have more idea of how to do these bends and vibrato technique, check out the Eric Clapton link. I'll also put it in the notes here, but you can also check the channel. So that's your solo. Back to your main lick. Okay, so give it a try. Play along. It's an awesome song, of course, super fun. And if you want to jam along with my band, there's the link down below. You can check it out. It's a great practice tool to learn how to play with a band or how to just polish your chops playing along to professional musicians. If you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate it. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're always looking for new members and to get the content out. And also check out some of the other Led Zeppelin videos that I've done. Appreciate your time watching this. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And, well, we'll see you soon.